Welcome to the Lucha Critics podcast. This is your host, Ken.
Welcome one and all to the Lucha Critics podcast. On today's panel, we have Josh. Say what's up, Josh. This way. Oh, this way.
Hi.
Hell yeah.
I'm wearing my invisibility coat.
Hell yeah. And on this side, we got Warren. Say what's up, Warren.
Hello there.
Hell yeah. And today we're going to be recapping last week's events in Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown, Collision, and giving our predictions for All Out. And also, we're going to be talking about wrestlers that never got the push they deserved. I'm pretty sure there's a lot out there, a lot of opinions out there for sure. Be sure to give us your wrestler that you think never got the shine they deserved. But before we get into that segment, let's go ahead and recap the wrestling news, starting with Raw. From what I have here, I did actually see Raw this week. We started off with Terra Twins and Judgment Day segment. It was okay. I don't know if I'm getting tired of this predictable storyline where it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna have Dominic and what's her name, Liv Morgan come out there and antagonize the Terra Twins. It's like I know that this storyline needs to keep going in order for it to finish, but I'm kind of over it already. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same or not.
It would make sense to me if they did intergender matches. I would have the Terra Twins as tag team champions.
Yeah, like it make it mean something. This whole back and forth. That would be a good introduction for mixed tag team titles. What about you, Warren? What do you think?
I mean, I feel like I'm in the middle. I can see where it's getting long, but I'm like, I don't know. You got to sort of finish the story right now. And I feel like it's not going to get finished till Bad Blood, at least. It feels like it was, to spoil a little bit later in Raw, it's nice that Jay is introduced. Yes, Jay.
Yeah, he got introduced.
I got the twins wrong. Yeah, because it feels like Damien has to take on 4 people while Rhea just has to take on 1 person.
Yeah.
Though Rhea is beating up Carlito and JD as well, so
that shit's funny to me. No, I like that at least we're getting some type of Rhea's a dominant force, so she can even take out some of these dudes out here. At least they're kind of showing that without having to actually have a match. But let's go ahead and move on to the first match, which was American Made with Chad Gable and Alpha Academy in a 6-man mixed tag match. Another one where I was like, this would be cool. Another example of letting women kind of just go in there and mix it up. But it was an interesting one. I definitely liked it. I like the storyline that's still kind of going on. I don't understand why they're still going with the Alpha Academy. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. Maybe they should start calling themselves something else.
What would you call them?
Yeah,
we're just so used to calling them Alpha Academy. I think it's better. I think American Made works better for the other team as well.
Yeah,
it'd be weird to call them Alpha Academy when really we've been with all these characters for Alpha Academy for so long. I also want to know, Maxine did actually really great this match. She's really improved. If there was an award for most improved superstar, I feel like she'd get it easily.
I forgot how bad she was. This match.
She never was supposed to be a wrestler, right?
Yeah, no. I don't think she was only supposed to be like a ballet manager. I think that's it.
No, I remember her going off the top of the rope there during this match, and I was like, all right, yeah, she's going for it. She's actually trying and looking good.
Didn't she kick or hit Chad Gable when he was on top of the ropes, trying to distract her?
Think so, and I think that's why she lost, because classic distraction.
Yeah, because I know when she did that, there's a huge pop. That's why.
Yeah.
I see. American Made ended up winning that by submission. Let me see here. We got.
And then the challenge.
What was the challenge?
Wyatt 6.
Oh yeah. The silence is deafening. His life is no longer howdy. Proceeds to accept Chad Gable's challenge. They're looking forward to collecting that next week. Interesting. I forgot about that challenge.
For the season premiere of Raw.
Which is weird because it's like, oh, it's gonna be a short season, the last short season of Raw on the USA Network.
I mean, the whole season's gonna continue onward. It's just gonna switch nations. I mean, not nations, channels.
Yeah.
When it's at the end of the year. I think it's weird that the season. I get it why for this is gonna be a little tangent. I get it why for when TV shows were a big thing, why we'd consider this the new season, but it feels like the new year should be the new season for Raw and SmackDown, or when they have the draft. Are we having a draft? When does the draft happen? I don't remember anymore.
I wonder.
It's usually after WrestleMania.
It was. We already had one this year, right?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember, truth be told.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
I wonder.
They always go to shows.
Yeah, I wonder if they're even gonna even do that anymore because it feels like the brand doesn't really matter. I mean, there's champions in specific shows, but you see people jumping from show to show now. It's like, does it really matter anymore? Are they even gonna have a draft anymore? I don't know.
They probably will. It's again, like I guess after WrestleMania sort of makes sense. We'll shake it up a bit, and I think that's when the new season should start.
Yeah,
is like after WrestleMania because you're building up to WrestleMania. It's just weird that it's always this random week in September. I'm like, all right, I guess we should care about the next week for Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. We'll see what happens in the future with Triple H at the helm there, seeing how things are. We'll see. Shit, changing things up might actually bring something interesting. Second match was Zelina Vega versus Shayna Baszler with Pure Fusion Collective. I guess because I keep hearing it, it's becoming more, I guess, acceptable.
It's still weird to me.
But yeah, Shayna Baszler ended up picking up that win. DeVille grabs the microphone. I'm not sure if I didn't get to see this match. I'm not sure if anything big happened.
Valkyrie showed up to save Zelina at the end.
Oh, dope! She came back.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, we haven't seen her in a hot minute. Yeah, that's really it. We'll probably see more next week with these groups. And in theory, I like everything about Cold Fusion. Is that it? What is it?
Pure Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion. I feel like Cold Fusion would be better. But I hate the name. But like, I love the three people in the group, and I want the group to succeed despite the horrible name.
The name definitely could have been better. I think we talked about it last week.
We'll talk about it next week.
What's up, Josh?
I was gonna say they're also apparently because Valkyrie and Zelina are kind of. I think they had a segment backstage.
Huh?
They're kind of hinting that Natty might come back and join them.
So that's right. Now, I thought Natalya was gonna like jump ship, but no, she ended up re-signing, right? That should be interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, we had a CM Punk Drew McIntyre segment. Yeah, this just keeps going. CM Punk got fucked up by McIntyre, and he broke the bracelet. That's something. That moved that we kind of moved on. Quotation marks. But yeah,
they probably got like a different one. It makes sense. We don't want to break the actual thing. It probably means a lot to CM Punk. Like we don't need to. And that's easy to remake.
Yeah, because CM Punk posted a picture saying, "I had the fake one on. I have the real one on me right now." It was like after the segment was over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I said quotation marks.
But yeah, he ended up McIntyre ended up putting some of the pieces into CM Punk's mouth. That was pretty funny. But yeah, we got next match was Dominic Mysterio versus Eli Dragunov and versus Dragon Lee for the #1 contenders match. I think this is for to get the #1 contenders match.
Better four-way. to Fatal 4-Way.
Into the
Fatal
Fatal 4-Way.
on the
Okay.
season premiere.
Got you. I love that Dragunov one. Dragunov, he's fucking brutal, dude.
Oh, he is.
I like that fucking Dominic Mysterio ended up getting scared off by Damian Priest. Yeah, I like that whole thing. What do you guys think about this match?
Well, I didn't see it. I was working, but
okay.
yeah.
it was fine. It was good. It's more just qualifier, so I'm like, whatever. I'll care more next week. Also, I don't think any of these guys are winning overall. Like, it'd be nice to see Dragunov win, but I think Jey Uso's gonna win next week.
It feels like Jey Uso. I mean, it should be Jey Uso. We've been calling him main event Jey Uso for a long time now. I think it's actually time to like put him in that situation.
To be fair, he main evented Raw, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
Got a point.
And it does make sense because of the backstage promo that Braun Breaker and Jey Uso did.
Has Jey Uso ever won a singles title?
No,
not yet. Okay.
He was supposed to beat Gunter, but they changed the whole storyline because of the Bloodline storyline.
Damn.
Yeah.
Next matchup. Hold on. Am I skipping anything? Right. Braun Strowman came back. He wanted to get back into it, so he got put into the other triple threat for the number one contenders match. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Fourth match was Unholy Union versus Damage Control for the number one contenders for the women's tag team championship. Unholy Union picked that up. This is where Sky got her fucking
Kairi Sane. No, it was Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane got her fucking either her eyelid or eyebrow fucked.
I think it was her eyebrow.
Yeah, because I think it was like underneath too. Like she had to get stitched, like or something inside.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw it go down, it didn't look like that bad of a hit. And
it never does.
Yeah, dude. And then like I was noticing the little like puddles of blood. I was like, oh shit, she got really knocked. But big ups to her for like using it just like Becky Lynch, and like just started smearing it all over the place. She's a badass, dude. Sane.
Yeah.
Big ups to her. Unfortunately, Unholy Union gets their tag team title match rematch, and we'll see where that lies later on.
I think it's funny that the losers feel like they have more heat with the champions right now than the winners of this match.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I'm looking more forward to the Damage Control match versus them than the Unholy Union.
I think, I mean, honestly, I'd love to see the tag team titles on this specific team of Io Sky and Kairi Sane. But yeah, next up we saw Gunther come out, talk shit, and Sammy comes out and basically challenges him for the world's championship. And that makes sense. If you want to make Gunther the guy, you want to take out any doubt right off the bat. I think that's a good matchup for him. The fifth match, I'm not sure if you guys want to add anything to that.
I mean, I don't think Sammy's gonna win, unfortunately, but
no, it'd be a good match.
To me, it's too early.
Yeah,
I would save that match for WrestleMania because Sami Zayn is the only guy to beat Gunther on the main roster so far.
Ooh, actually, that's a good point. Like, give him a couple wins.
But I can see how that ties in for Bad Blood because he is the only one, and maybe have the third, like, since Gunther's going to probably win this one, have the third match at WrestleMania. Yeah. So like, there's more stake. Because like, if I don't know if they both have one win, there's more even ground. If Sammy has one win, I'm like, it'd be weird if Sammy just only beats Gunther on WrestleMania.
Yeah. No,
and that'd be good because he could win it. He could win in the Elimination Chamber. He doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble necessarily.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's always going to be multiple matchups when you see like first ever matchups. Specifically, when we talk about Dynamite and AEW, with the Glamour, fucking what's her name, Mariah May and Tony Storm, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be multiple matchups between those two. Yeah. But yeah, let's keep it going. We see the fifth match, which is Sheamus versus Braun Strowman versus Ludwig Kaiser for to get into that matchup for the #1 contender match for the Intercontinental Championship. We saw Braun Strowman pick up that win. Pete Dunne ended up getting attacking Sheamus with the shillelagh. And I'm glad that thing came back, because that the name, I don't know why that makes me laugh, but I shillelagh is just funny to me. What did you guys think about this match, if you got to see it?
I mean, again, it was okay. It sucks that who's the other guy?
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed got COVID, so he couldn't be in it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's fine. I don't think it's like that bad. It just happens to have
COVID,
which is the world we live in now. And it defeats the purpose of him like destroying everything, and then like destroying Braun Strowman, and then like gets taken out by COVID. And then Braun Strowman's like, I'm okay, and wins. It's like, I'd be pissed too if I was him.
Yeah, that is a unfortunate fucking turn of events there.
It's gonna come all around. Watch, it's gonna come all around when they have the match. Bronson Reed's gonna cost the Strowman the match.
I don't know if he's back in time. No, I did like how he did just throw the chair at Ludwig.
Yeah, I saw that. I was laughing. I was like,
I'm always like,
that spot was funny. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. Fucking Ludwig Kaiser is another one of those guys who's like, yeah, his star is kind of shining more now that he's like up on the main roster, and he's like getting, now that fucking Gunther's the champion, it feels like he's getting more of a spotlight. He's being put into matches more.
Yeah.
Definitely like that. But yeah, we saw Braun Strowman pick up that win. Let me see. Apparently there was a matchup booked for NXT between Pete Dunne and Trick Williams. I'm not sure how that went down, but definitely interesting.
Trick Williams released a diss track.
Oh my god. I forgot that he's a rapper. Next week on Raw, Jey Uso will battle Eli Dragunov, Pete Dunne, and Bronson in a #1 contenders fatal 4-way match. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill will once again put their WWE Women's Tag Team title on the line against the Unholy Union, and the Wyatt Six and American Made are in a match in an 8-man mixed tag team street fight. Holy shit!
Nice.
That's gonna be really cool next week. But
what do you think is gonna be the 4 of the Wyatt Six? Do they say which ones? Because I'm like, who's singing it out? Because there's 5 of them.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
Think it's Uncle Howdy, or do you think
Howdy needs to be in the match?
He's gonna be in it, yeah.
No, if anything, it might be damn, that's a hard one. I don't know why I want to call him Professor Pig, but yeah.
Yeah. I would have him sit out because I have a bigger chance with what's his name? Rowan and what's the other guy's name?
I call him
Dexter.
Dexter Lumis. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I forget which one was the pig. I'm like, are we talking about Dexter? Or are we talking about the other guy? I was like,
the other guy from NXT.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that shakes up. I need to catch that episode for sure. Last match is the Damian Priest and Jey Uso versus Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Yeah, this was cool. I like the storyline so far. Yeah, I kind of see where they're going with this. I hope. I don't know. It's where I understand that this is the natural progression of the storyline. It's just like I kind of feel stale about it. Just feel stale, but I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna consume it. Damian Priest and Jey Uso pick up the win. And yeah, do you guys have anything you want to say about this matchup?
I was just gonna say, to support it more, have them challenge for the tag team belts because they haven't done anything for 75 days as being champion.
Which Kofi's pointed out this week as well.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be. Do you have them win it?
I don't want to. I don't want Jay to go back into the tag team titles.
He did it already with Cody. That's all I needed. Yeah.
And it was like, even that, I was like, all right, I guess it's to give Cody a belt.
Yeah.
He's been back, but now he has the world championship. Like, I guess, yeah, they didn't really need those tag team belts. No. Yeah, no, I wouldn't put Jay, because I know they were also teasing it with him and Sammy as well, and I'm like, no, Jay, you're singles now.
Yeah.
Just win a singles belt, then go back to tag teaming with your brother, maybe.
I feel like we should have Jimmy come back soon, hopefully, and maybe it would be Jimmy and Sammy getting the tag team titles and letting Jay do his thing as singles.
Yeah,
that would be the fair thing. But yeah, we'll see how things shake up. That actually is that's a good matchup to make. But yeah, we'll move on to AEW. And I'll just do a quick little one. We saw the conglomeration and Will Ospreay versus the Blackpool Combat Club. AEW's Women's World Champion Mariah May versus Nyla Rose, and the Continental Championship Kazuchika Okada versus Kyle Fletcher. Did you guys get to watch Dynamite this week at all?
No, but I know one segment that happened.
Which segment are you talking about?
Someone's house being burned down.
Oh shit! So during the show, okay, we'll go ahead and lead up with that one because I forgot about that.
How can you forget about that?
That's a big thing.
I smoked too much weed. So, in the beginning of the show, I think somewhere in the beginning of the show, we see a segment where it's Swerve feeling very accomplished. Even though he lost his title, he was able to get his childhood home, and after he re-signed with AEW, later on at the end of the show, we see the same house get burned down by the Hangman Adam Page in a pretty like intense blow up fire that happens in the segment. I thought it was over the top, but in the best way possible. I feel like that's AEW's brand. It's like, we're gonna do it and we're gonna like just go over the top with it. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, what did you guys think about that segment?
I mean, for me, just because I'm literally I just finished watching the Fall of the House of Usher recently. I got that vibe a little bit from him just sitting there, like he's gonna tell us the story of how he killed all his kids. But other than that,
I don't know what is that a show on Netflix? Nah? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out too. So yeah, we saw AEW International Champion Kazuchika Okada defend against Kyle Fletcher. That was a brutal match. They just, that's one thing about AEW. They always have fucking brutal matches. They always bring the matches every week. And this one was no different. Kazuchika Okada picked up the win and defended his title going into All Out. Jamie Hayter came back or showed up again and faced Robin Renegade to continue her win up the ladder, and hopefully we'll see her with the title soon or go up against Mariah May. Actually would be a good fucking matchup. The whole Jon Moxley, Marina Shafir coming in and just beating up random people while walking through the fucking event is still going on. I think Josh, you made the prediction that it's going to be Shane McMahon coming in to take over AEW. That would be a hell of a storyline, honestly. I keep thinking about it, and we'll see what happens with that one. There's this thing going on with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy. They're bringing back something that happened a couple years back with his jacket. Go ahead, Josh.
That's long-term storytelling right there.
That is long-term storytelling, absolutely. So during their first, I want to say, rivalry, Orange Cassidy fucked up Chris Jericho's jacket, and he kept saying that he's gonna make him pay for it and all this other stuff. I think he lost the match to Jericho, so he had to pay for it or something like that, which he never did.
Yes. So basically, you know how when they do segments where they drop blood on people or like feces and all that, he dropped a bunch of orange juice on top of Chris Jericho and his whole crew, and it hit his jacket. But when we laughed is that he was talking to the bounty hunter, not to Jericho. He was like, "Tell Jericho in front of Jericho, I'll have his money." And then when he leaves, Jericho is like, "I'm right here."
Yeah, it's so stupid. I like the comedy like edge that they have on Orange Cassidy. I hope they never really change his like character. I don't really see how they can change it, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We saw Mariah May defend against Nyla Rose. That was a good matchup. I liked it. We see Purrazzo basically saying that she's not done and she's gonna be coming back, and look out for her more fucking violent cinema that she puts out. We see a continuation of Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. They're gonna be going up against each other at All Out for the TBS Championship. Let's see. We see the match of the World Trios Championship, which is the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Conglomeration. I don't know if Pac is officially like involved. They haven't really like, I don't know. They haven't really said anything about it. They're just kind of going in. But yeah, we saw the Blackpool Combat Club pick up the win and defend their titles. The Elite come out to attack the BCC, and they set up a match for what's it called, Collision. And yeah, we'll move on to SmackDown. Did you guys get to see SmackDown?
Yeah, I saw it.
Nice.
I saw one segment.
Oh, only once.
Well, because I was working when it was going on.
What was that segment?
Where it was Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline, and Cody Rhodes tells what's his name, the Tribal Chief, to move out of the way. He's like, no, I want Jacob Fatu in a match.
Yeah.
For champ.
Oh,
that made me laugh.
I didn't. Go ahead.
I was saying like literally right before that, I'm like, man, I wish Jacob Fatu was going after the title instead. And then like the story was like, oh yeah, here it is. I'm like, this makes more sense.
Is it? I have a question. Is it going to be a cage match?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So it seems like once Nick was talking about it, I'm like, is he gonna do a cage match? Because I'm like, it's not gonna do a Hell in a Cell. That's not for SmackDown. But a cage match. I'm like, all right, I can see a cage match. I'm sure there'll still be some tomfoolery somewhere.
Question: I didn't get to see SmackDown, so I'm missing out on everything that happened. So you're saying that Cody Rhodes challenged Jacob Fatu for the title? That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
it's gonna be at. Oh damn.
But Solo's still the one who's gonna be facing, because he's like, no, I'm the Tribal Chief, and Jacob's like, my Tribal Chief, I love you.
Oh come on. Oh my god. All right, so they're teasing
but
too
it was
much.
the seeds are there. That like, I'm like, Jacob's gonna betray Solo.
I can't wait for that title reign, man. That fucking Jacob Fatu, man. Love it. Let's keep it rolling here. Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton. I didn't get to see the match. I see that Bayley won. What can you tell me about this matchup?
It was great. Nia showed up like halfway through the match to like true distraction, and because of Nia's distracting the ref, Tiffy could have won with a pinfall, but because the ref was distracted by Nia, because Bayley just did a little suicide dive to Nia to like piss her off, Bayley was able to get the Rose Plant and win.
Nice,
which is nice. We're seeing the Dallas, like Nia also confronted Tiffy. She's like, hey, rumors are that you were gonna cash in on me a couple of times. Tiffy's like, no, what are you talking about? I love you. I'm your princess.
Nice.
And she's like, so we see the seeds there. Interesting where it goes. It was a good match.
Good shit.
I've talked about the next match.
let's see here. We have a Giovanni Vici versus Apollo Crews. Was that a pretty crappy one?
You could say that.
It's
shit.
It's interesting. Because they also showed like Giovanni showing up at the beginning of SmackDown, like look who arrived. I'm like, no one cares about Giovanni Vinci right now. Like he hasn't showed up as a new character. No one cares about this character, and I think WWE knows that, and they're playing in on it because like during his entrance, it was very long. It's like, look who's here. He's finally back. I'm like, no one cares. People thought you were a different character. Yeah, and like there was clearly like this plant in the audience who like gave him a kiss on the cheek. He brought down his sunglasses, like I'm the hot shit. Apollo's already in the ring, like can we go already? I thought we were gonna get like Apollo's gonna lose. I'm like, god damn it, we're gonna see another Apollo loss. This is bullshit. But while Giovanni's just taking off his jacket, Apollo just goes up, gets the 3-pin right away, and says, "You're pathetic," and just like walks away. And I'm like, all right, maybe we can like go somewhere like. Giovanni will also just drop this whole thing and just be more ruthless, and might see because I know he's good. Like I've seen clips of him like in NXT. I'm like, oh, this would have been nice to see when Imperium was around. But yeah, it's like they were treating like he's coming back. I'm like, no one cares. And then you get the 3-pin like right away with Apollo, and I'm like, all right, I think WWE knew no one cares, and they're playing in on it a little bit. So. It was a little annoying that the match was only 3 seconds long, but like I could see the story from it.
I see.
To go somewhere,
Well, hopefully they do something with this, like you're saying. Interesting. I see the next thing we have here is Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller in a triple threat match. Interesting.
Yeah.
How did that play out?
Well, there was a backstage segment. KO was looking at a Wayne Gretzky memorial, and these two idiots are up like, oh, your friendship with Cody sucks. Where were you when he was getting attacked by the Bloodline? You didn't show up. And KO's like, we want to talk about friendships. Maybe you guys could just do a match together. In fact, we'll just do all a match. Like I'll face you and you and you. It was like a triple threat match. It was good for the most part. I like this match. I like all three of the wrestlers in this match. It was nice. They were KO was basically kicking the shit out of them. There was one part where Austin Theory actually got a move off of KO, but then Grayson Waller went for the pin, and Austin Theory just took him off. Like, what are you doing? So we see the cracks of that breaking. KO eventually wins after giving Austin a stunner, which he just sold beautifully.
Yep. Nice.
Just, like shot up in the air. I'm like, he's the best. KO got the win, but then Grayson started beating him up, and A-Town got his finisher on it. So their music played afterwards, even though KO won.
Hell yeah!
And we're gonna get a tag team match where they're like, "Oh, KO's not gonna have a friend to be his partner." I'm like, "There's Randy Orton. Did we forget about Randy Orton? Like his shirt right now is a Randy Orton collab.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be him and Randy versus A-Town Down Under. So
all right. That's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah. I like that. Next thing I see here was a segment between LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. I guess that's setting up maybe a triple threat for the US title. That should be interesting. Moving on to the fourth. What's up?
Well, I was thinking like it's more. I think they're setting up a match between the fifth match between these guys are going to determine the number one contender for United States champion.
Nice.
Because they were bringing up like Carmelo's like I've gotten 2 wins, and Andre's like I have 2 wins, and then they ended with LA Knight giving both of them Blood Force Shama, which they both like flipped over, which I feel like doesn't normally happen with his move. So I got really worried both times. I'm like, are they okay? Are their necks broken? Like
interesting.
Normally it just goes down and you're down. They're like, no, we're gonna flip around. I'm like, all right.
Make it more devastating. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Was LA Knight wearing a ref shirt, or was it just a striped shirt?
It was just a LA Knight.
Yeah.
I think it's right shirt. Like from what I'm looking at, it's like a leather jacket. Like maybe there's like some whiteness over there, and his shirt is him being replaced with George Washington on that.
Oh, okay. Because it went fast when he does his move. Like, is he wearing a referee shirt? I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
No. So if I look at the picture now, I'm like, no.
we'll go ahead and move on to the next match, which was Chelsea Green versus Mitchin. Chelsea picked up the win. Fuck yeah. It sucks that it had to be over Mitchin, but awesome. What can you tell me about this matchup here?
It was, classic Chelsea Green match. She speaks, puts her foot in her mouth, gets the match, and then with help from Piper, with the ref backs her, and she gets the win. And I remember it's sort of in her hometown, so it was nice of her getting it, even though, again, Michin had to get the loss. There was, I think, one segment where when Michin was out of the ring for Piper to do attack, instead of Chelsea sort of distracting the ref, she's trying to get out of the ring, and the ref's like, no, you can't get out of the ring right now. You can't get her to bring her back in the ring. I'm like, yes, she can, ref. I feel like the ref went out of his way to be distracted this time.
That's funny.
But other than that, no, it was a good match. Chelsea Green's great. Michin's great.
Right on. All right.
It'd be nice if Michin got the win, though, but I understand.
We'll see how that storyline continues, where that leads up for Chelsea Green. Moving on to the last match, which is Bloodline versus Street Profits and DUI with BFAB in an 8-man tag match, with the Bloodline picking up that win. What can you tell me about that last matchup there?
Most of it I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest. I just watched it too. It started off. There was some good moments too. It started out like the DIY and Street Profits actually clearing the ring, getting a good up on it, and Bloodline's who's gonna go in. There were some good segments where Ciampa tagged in both Johnny and Montez. What's the other guy's name? It's blanking on me right now. Who's the other Street Profit?
Montez and
Ford.
Yeah. He tagged in Ford and Johnny, and they were just both in. The ref's I don't know who's legal. I don't know who to kick out.
Both are legal.
And then it ended. I think that spot ended with a nice suplex with Ciampa. Ciampa also got back to being the legal man again, doing a suplex. I forget he gave a suplex too, but into everyone off the top ropes onto everyone outside the ring, which was nice. The only thing about that was Montez got up a little early to bring Ciampa back in the ring, and the ref's no, not yet. We gotta do a spot where everyone's on the ground, so he just falls back on the ground, which is weird. And then I was oh, the destruction. Then he gets up and then throws Ciampa back in the ring. It's all right, I guess he was just a little early on his cue to tag himself in, but then Solo got the upper hand and ended up winning because he knew the Bloodline was gonna win.
Yeah, most likely they were gonna win. Very interesting. I definitely have to catch. What's up?
I was gonna say what I saw was mostly there's a spot in the match where it was the Jacob Fatu match because he beat the shit out of everybody.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I think he got the thing, and then he looked like he was probably gonna win, but then Solo's no, tag me in, and I'm gonna get the win. There's that part of the story.
Interesting. We'll see what those continue to go. Moving on to Friday edition of Collision, and which went into Rampage. So first off, we had Collision, and the main event of this one was going to be the Trios champion BCC with Pac and the AEW World Champion Bryan Danielson versus the AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada, Jack Perry TNT Champion, and the tag team champs of the Young Bucks in an 8-man tag. Before we got into that, we saw a Continental Contenders Challenge happen this week, and we saw Lance Archer versus Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe ended up picking up that win. Did you guys get to see this yesterday by any chance?
No, but I know who won all those contender matches. So.
All right, cool. We saw Mark Briscoe pick that up. Mark Briscoe fucking had a hell of a fucking match with what's his name, Lance Archer. Really glad that Mark Briscoe picked up that win. Grizzled Young Veterans versus the Iron Savages. We got to see the Grizzled Young Veterans get in there and show us what they got. Definitely awesome team. I never got to see them in NXT. I kind of dropped the ball on that one, but they're awesome. Definitely am excited to see the FTR rivalry continue, and yeah, we shall see how that goes. Moving on to let me see here. Oh yeah, we saw a continuation of the lead up of Will Ospreay versus Pac. That whole thing was announced, and that should be pretty cool. The Continental's Contenders match continues with Orange Cassidy and Bryan Keith, where Orange Cassidy picked up that win and continued that whole storyline with the learning tree. The Outrunners finally picked up their first win. They're like a weird 80s throwback, like a tag team. And they finally picked up the win, so that we might start actually seeing more of a push for the Outrunners here. The Continental, there was another matchup with Konosuke Takeshita versus the Beast Mortals, where we saw Takeshita picked up that win, and that was another fucking brutal matchup with Takeshita and the Beast Mortals. Let's see here. We saw Diana Purrazzo versus Hikaru Shida. We saw that continue, or I'm sorry, that matchup for Hikaru Shida to pick up the win as a kind of tune-up match for her TBS Championship matchup with the CEO. We saw Mercedes Moné come out with Camille, or kind of not come with Camille. Basically set up an ambush, but it was kind of like reversed, and we saw Hikaru Shida stand up tall there. Let me see here, and then we got the 8-man tag team championship, or I'm sorry, 8-man match of champions matchup, which was a spot fest with people doing flippies and doing crazy shit. It was awesome to see. We saw Pac and Claudio and Wheeler pick up that win, which I definitely liked. Basically, the match continued through the end of Collision and beginning of Rampage. So that was the big end of Collision / beginning of Rampage. Let me pick up that real quick. Let me find that Rampage. Where's Rampage?
Wait, do they do like Collision and Rampage, like how Raw used to be a show and then Warzone used to be a show?
I feel like it's hard to tell, honestly. Oh, where the hell they don't?
I know they Collision for yesterday because today's All Out. That's why. Usually Collision's on Saturdays.
1 second, guys. I don't have the Rampage results. 1 second. I thought I did. Hold on. Results, Dynamite, Collision. Yeah, I need the results for Rampage. Cool. Never mind. I don't know what happened on Rampage. I didn't get to see that, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and just go into our All Out predictions. All Out go ahead.
Before we go to All Out, I just remember something from NXT. Julia finally showed up.
Yes, thank you for saying that. Gulia finally showing up after Roxanne was out there talking shit, and she's like, "I'll see you at CW." So that should be cool. I like that. Not sure what if anything else big happened.
They set up the match for the title match for the new date for October 1st, because October, because the new network for NXT is now.
Okay. Sorry.
And the Punk's gonna be there too. So.
Who's gonna be there?
Punk is in Chicago.
Oh, dope. That should be interesting. Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into our All Out predictions. All Out is today, Saturday, September 7th, and we're gonna be giving our predictions for this pay-per-view event. So
before we do the predictions, I'm looking at the card on AEW.com. I do not like the font choice at all. for, especially like the upper part where it says what the championship is. I'm like, what championship are defending? And I noticed both of the card, both people have a champion on their like.
No, I see it.
Like, which one is it? I'm like, all right, this is
the top
helping prove that there's too many belts in AEW.
The font and coloring I would have changed on top for each matchup, just to like, it doesn't make, it's hard on the ice. We'll go ahead and start from the bottom right here. AEW Continental Championship, which is a fatal 4-way match between Kazuchika Okada, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Konosuke Takeshita. I honestly feel like, maybe it's time to let someone else carry the title now. And honestly, the best timing now for Konosuke Takeshita is now to get him that title. I think it's time to give him a title. I'm going with Takeshita on this one. Josh, who do you think will win in this matchup?
I'm tied with who you said and Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. I can see him possibly picking this up and being the first person to pick up the Continental and International title. Warren, who do you think will win this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about the storyline or anything like that. I think it's gonna be Okada. I think he's gonna keep the belt, but if not, it'd be nice to see Orange Cassidy take it.
Interesting. It should be a pretty good matchup, honestly. Moving on to the next one I have here is the Lights Out Steel Cage match. I think this might be the last match. It's the Lights Out match. This time it's.
What does that mean?
Means that AEW, this is unsanctioned. AEW is not liable for whatever happens between these two, apparently.
And it doesn't count in the record book.
It doesn't count in the record.
I don't think the lawyers are going to agree with that, but okay.
They usually leave that for the end of the show, where they kind of like supposedly end the show and they're like, all right, now we're starting our Lights Out match. That might be the case here.
Is this like how musicians have encores?
Yes. I feel like Adam Page might pick up the win, honestly, in this matchup. It feels like it would make sense for the storyline, but I don't know. I kind of feel like Adam Page. This time we'll go with Warren. Who do you think will win this matchup?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with you. As much as I want Swerve to win, like in my heart, I'm choosing Swerve, but my brain probably says it's gonna be Adam Page. Especially if I don't think this is gonna be like the last match between them either. Swerve wins, I feel like the rivalry's over. Who cares? Let's move on. But if Adam wins, it's like it keeps going, the balls keeps rolling, and we can see like a different match between these two guys as well. So,
no, absolutely. Josh, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Hangman Page also, but I think it's also because I think Hangman is 0-3 against Swerve, and he needs this win, especially.
Oh, they fought each other? Okay,
because Swerve bested him 3 times in the last match they had. I don't know if you saw that meme where Swerve was streaking the blood of Hangman Page.
Oh, damn. I remember that. Yeah, damn. Very interesting. Damn, I forgot about that. That was a fucking gnarly ass fucking scene. But we'll see how that matchup shakes up. Moving on to the TBS Championship match, which was Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. And in my opinion, I think most likely Hikaru Shida is going to pick up this win and be the new TBS champion. It makes sense for, I guess, the prestige to put more names on the title. For me, it makes sense. We'll start with Josh. Who do you think will win between Mercedes and Hikaru?
Hikaru, because it makes more sense. Like you said, she could put that belt back in high pedestal, because Monet hasn't done anything with that belt, and she has 2 belts. So why are you gonna have 2 belts on someone that isn't really doing much?
I mean, you could argue that this story, she's more of a builder. I don't know. For me, I feel you can argue that she's been kind of like building these up. Also, that whole thing with Britt Baker, like shit happened in the background for it to not like be as good as it could have been. So who knows? Yeah. Warren, what do you have to say?
She has 2 belts.
Yes.
What's the other belt?
The New Japan Strong Women's Championship. It'd be like if they allowed NXT championships on NXT.
Yeah, on NXT. I think they do allow NXT champions.
No, as
NXT.
it to be champions, like NXT wrestlers to be the champions of TNA championships, and actually have them around and carry them. Type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like AEW's doing everything they can for Mercedes. I feel like she's gonna win, but I'm up for the other person, Shida, to win.
Yeah, definitely should be interesting. We'll go ahead and move on to the next matchup, which is the AEW World Tag Team Championship, which is the Young Bucks versus Blackpool Combat Club. This was kind of like rushed, and there was no real like storyline to it. They just never faced each other, and the Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler are currently part of the Trios Championship picture. So yeah, I'm gonna say most likely Young Bucks are gonna retain and just have a really good match. What do you think, Born?
The same. I don't see the Young Bucks losing, and also like, oh yeah, they have the Trios Championship. They don't need the Tag Team Championship. Yeah, that's really it.
Cool. Josh, what do you have to say about this matchup?
I have the Bucks retain also because, like you said, the Combat have the Trios Championship, and it makes no sense for them to have double champion tag team champion belts.
No, I agree on that one.
And if they do win, it'll be a big swerve. That
honestly,
means the Young Bucks
yeah,
are going off on vacation.
it'd be a swerve. It'd be like, oh shit, all right, this is different. We'll go ahead and move on to the next matchup, which is a Chicago street fight between Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander, and this should be an interesting matchup. I hope it might not be the end of this whole rivalry, but it's just another like chapter, and it might be a fucking violent one because they really go for it, these two ladies. I'm gonna say Chris Statlander might actually pick up this for some reason. I want to say it's Chris Statlander. We'll go with Josh. Who do you think is gonna win in this matchup?
Give me a Statlander because she needs to win, and she needs to win the belt back.
True. It's not for a title though. That's the only thing.
It's not for a title. Oh,
not for a title.
Mind. Well, Statlander needs to win because she just needs to win.
Yeah, it feels like she needs to win. What about you, Warren? What do you think? Who's gonna win between Statlander or Willow Nightingale?
Is there any special about the Chicago part of the street fight, or is it just a regular street fight?
They're in Chicago and it's a street fight.
Okay. I think it's gonna be Willow. She's like the face of this.
Yeah.
Rivalry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like she wins and then she can end it, and then Statlander can just go on to the next thing and then start building up for a championship.
I mean, I'd love it if Statlander does win. That this storyline gets put on ice for a little bit, and she goes over to the women's championship belt and like kind of goes for that. That'd be cool. I'd love to see her actually win it too, but we'll see how that whole thing shakes down. We'll move on to MJF versus Daniel Garcia. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be like a hardcore match or some type of like violent stipulation. I think we're just gonna have a violent match. If you guys can just take a quick 5, I'll be right back. Just hold your thought, don't say anything unless you just want to just fill time for now. I'm just gonna I just need to go do something real quick. Be right back.
All right.
I'm gonna go get more water if we have the chance.
Oh, we have chance. Sorry, folks. We're taking a quick break, live break.
Hot water.
Yeah, I'm gonna get water too.
Let me rinse this back.
So, what new game are you playing now, Warren?
What's up?
What new game are you playing now?
I'm still doing Paper Mario.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been playing too much in the past week. This heat is just.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick and me played Fortnite, but we did this new thing that's called Red versus Blue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't played that one, but I've seen it a couple of times.
We played it, and me and Rick thought we were in the same team, but we're killing each other.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool because you get all the ultimate weapons. They have like on the side wall. You pick up the weapons you want. They have snipers, all that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice. Did they have the hammer? I missed that hammer.
They had the hammer. They had the blade. They had the one pickaxe that I don't know what it does. They also had the gloves that you punch with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had those. Yeah.
Nitro. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to Kenny Spear with the sniping.
Nice.
Fortnite.
Yeah. I was telling that we didn't know we were opposite team. We were killing each other.
Oh, nice. All right. So we are back, and I think we were at MJF. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a street fight. I thought it was gonna be like some type of like violent match. I think they're just talking like that it's gonna be a violent match, and I'm expecting it to be. I kind of need to see Daniel Garcia beat MJF, honestly, just for the sake of the story, like how he took him out and all that. It feels like Daniel Garcia needs a dub on this one, so I'm gonna go with Daniel Garcia. Warren, what do you think about this matchup?
I mean, I can't go against MJF. I'm going with MJF.
Oh yeah. What about you, Josh? Who do you think is gonna win between MJF and Daniel Garcia?
There's no way MJF is losing 2 back-to-back pay-per-view matches. MJF's gonna win, and I think he's gonna not bury Garcia, but he's gonna destroy Garcia.
Interesting. No, if that's for sure. If MJF wins, he's gonna win in the most fucking diabolical, despicable way possible, and it should be interesting to see how that shakes out. Going into the next matchup is AEW International Championship. Will Ospreay versus Pac, the first ever international champion. Oh no, back when it was the All Atlantic Championship.
Yep.
But yeah, I most likely it's going to be Will Ospreay picking up the win and continuing his ascension in his defenses. What do you think, Josh? Who do you think is going to win between Will Ospreay and Pac?
Ospreay's gonna win, but it's gonna be a hell of a match, and you're gonna see Pac bring out the true bastard in him out and do everything in his power to beat Ospreay, but Ospreay's gonna get the upper hand at the end.
No, I think it's going to be a violent matchup for sure too. It's going to be awesome to see too. I'm looking forward to this matchup in particular. Warren, who do you think is going to win between Pac and Will Ospreay?
I mean, I'm basically going to be repeating everything you guys just said. I think it's going to be Will Ospreay. I think it'll be possibly a good match. I can see it being a brutal match as well. So,
hell yeah!
Give
it to Will Ospreay here.
Yeah, again, it's too early to take the title off of him. I feel like.
Yeah, he literally just got it. It'd be a swerve, but yeah, I don't think it should happen that way.
Yeah, and Pac also has his own belt. Yeah, I know it's a trios champion, but it's still a belt.
Oh no, absolutely. Moving on to the main event of the evening, which is Bryan Danielson versus the scapegoat Jack Perry, also TNT champion, for the AEW World Championship. This should be a good defense for Bryan Danielson. Yeah, I think that Bryan's gonna win this one and defend. I don't think Jack Perry's gonna get it.
No.
What do you think, Josh? Who do you think is gonna win between Bryan Danielson and Jack Perry?
Daniel Bryan's gonna win, but I know Jack Perry's gonna have backup come out, and I'm calling it Darby Allin's gonna come back to give Daniel Bryanson a hand when the Elite come out to try to help Jack Perry.
Yeah, it would make sense for him to come back. Yeah, I can see that happening for sure. What about you, Warren? Kane.
Kane's gonna show up and help Daniel Bryan.
Team hell no.
Yeah.
Real quick.
No. I think.
Before you say, do you know about Blue Kane?
What is it? Blue Kane?
So there is
a blue version of Kane.
Yes, there is an indie wrestler who's going by Blue Kane, who was actually going by Blue Kane. He had to change it to something else because AEW or WWE did a cease and desist on him.
I was like, it'd be weird if AEW did that.
but it was literally Kane, but blue. It was a great, silly, stupid thing. But continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think Bryan Danielson's gonna win because didn't he say he's gonna retire once he loses this belt?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna retire a month after winning it. Yeah, and also Jack Perry's like the good person to just throw in like piece of shit that you just want to beat up.
Yeah.
So especially in Chicago where he's gonna be really heat on him.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna do some CM Punk bullshit to the crowd.
Oh my god,
to piss him off as well.
That's a good point.
Which is again, good on him. Yeah, I think Bryan Danielson. I think it'd be really crazy if Christian showed up and tried to cash in at the end as well.
Oh damn!
He has like the AEW version of Money in the Bank, right?
That's
what he won.
No, yeah.
He does. I don't know if it works like that, but if it does, brilliant. I kind of have a feeling it is going to be Christian Cage that's going to be taking it off of Bryan, just to get that that heat from everyone across the world.
I can see it. I can see it already. Because didn't Daniel Bryan's dad pass away? And he's gonna be like, I'm your new father now.
Oh my god. That should be interesting if that's where they're going. We'll see where it goes. That's basically our all-out predictions for today's pay-per-view. And now we are going into the main event of the podcast, and it is wrestlers that never got the push they deserve. When I was trying to think of wrestlers, I was trying to think outside of WWE as well. Cool thing about pro wrestling, wrestlers jump from one organization to another to see if they get the push they deserve, if maybe their writers are better, if maybe X, Y, and Z, who knows? Sometimes it does work out. We saw it with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley went to TNA and became a megastar. Was able to get back to WWE and have a WWE championship run with the almighty persona. But yeah, sometimes wrestlers don't get that break. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Wrestlers that never got that spotlight, that never got the push that they deserve. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off, and I'll go ahead and start off with one that I feel like they should be. I don't understand why they haven't pushed them the way they should be pushing them. and that is Malachi Black in AEW. And when he was in WWE, specifically in NXT, I feel like he did the best work I've ever seen him do. They introduced the character. He had a whole like ominous persona about him. He had great matches throughout like his like stay in NXT. Once they moved him up to Raw, though, it just kind of fell flat. Like it was like Vince didn't know what to do with him because he didn't know what to do with them, and like there was like it didn't go nowhere. Like the weird like story that they were trying to tell, it just didn't really go anywhere for me. Now in AEW, I feel like they were trying to do something with the Trios Championship, so they decided to go with the House of Black, put the Trios Championship on them. Great idea. It definitely made the Trios Championship something, because the way that they came in, they defended them. They they did like special like rules for it. It made it make sense and put something on them, which was cool. But I feel like it was time for Alistair or Malachi to like get a singles run at least at an AEW, and that never still to today hasn't happened yet. I saw him go up against for like the TNT Championship, but it was like it was a squash match. It was clear that it was just one to like add on to the wins for the other person, and that was basically it. That's just my whole spiel when it comes to Malachi Black right now in AEW. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing him do something more than just trios and tag team matches in AEW. Because I feel like he should have been the champion by now, either in one of the many singles championships, maybe even taking the ROH championship off of Mark Briscoe. That would make sense. But yeah, that's my pick right now is Malachi Black. We'll go with Warren. Warren, who is your choice for wrestlers that never got the spotlight they deserve?
Okay, I know we told each other's what our picks were, and this one's not going to be one of my picks because it just came to me, and I was like, oh yeah, this one's obvious. And that's the whole stable of Hit Row.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they were never used properly, and like Swerve made the right choice of leaving because look at him now,
champion. Rightfully so.
Top Dollar's gone. They just made him a laughing stock because he screwed up like once, and like that just killed his character. Really, every time I see BFAB, I'm like, aren't you supposed to be better? Like, I'm glad she's with the Street Profits now, but like, I don't know, does she wrestle? I thought
she used to. I don't think she does now. I think she's more of a manager now.
I know, but I'm like, give her a feud with like Alpha Academy, like that would work. Like, just have her something. And who's the fourth person again?
Shanti the Adonis or something like that.
Yeah. Where the hell did he go? Like, is he still with the company or?
I don't know. I think
like they were all. Right?
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I know Top Dollar did. You know, he's on TNA, or he's just doing the circuit as well.
Yeah, he
had a good.
He's doing good actually. He showed up on MLW. No, hold on. Rewind. NWA. He showed up on NWA first. Did like a little thing there. Popped up on MLW. Right now he's in TNA. Honestly, he's doing better.
He had a feud with Joe Hendry.
He had a feud with Joe Hendry. He had a feud with Nick Nemeth. Yeah, dude's doing great right now, honestly.
It's the whole fact. Like, and it was like, I know like they sort of done those factions before, but this one actually felt different. Like they actually knew what they were doing. Like it wasn't Vince going to like a black wrestler and go like, you should do rap. It's like, no, they came to him like, we know what we're doing. Like, let us do this so we can like be it. And like it felt like, but they just didn't know how to book him. They never knew how to book Hit Row. Just like,
I felt like that's like a common thread in a lot of these people is that they, or some of these people, is that they came from either NXT or somewhere else, ready to go, package, nice backing, heat, but just fell flat with the person who had no idea what the fuck he was doing. It's sad because I could have seen Swerve as a WWE champion, as a NXT champion. He got the national North American championship. Cool. I was like on the direction to that. Yeah. But it just fell flat. I agree with you on that submission. Anything you want to add? Anything else you want to add before we move on with Josh?
Are you guessing Josh or me?
You.
One. Oh no, I'm good. I said my piece about Hit Row. I wouldn't know if Josh wanted to chime in.
Anything you want to chime in before you give us your submission, Josh?
No, like you said, like Vince dropped the ball on them. Like they had a lot of major heat coming in from NXT. They were doing good down there. Kind of reminds me like that one team. I think it's called Insanity.
Fuck. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that the submission you're gonna say right now?
No.
Okay, cool.
It gives me the same similarities. Like they came from NXT and nothing happened.
I forgot to add it to my list, but I was gonna add in Insanity while talking about Eric Young, but I'll talk about him later.
You could do that, but it was just like an example because I was like, that kind of sucks, These people have potential and what happens?
Yeah.
Also, before we leave Hit Row, like I just realized they all had good mic work. Like they could all speak the mic and like they could all cut a promo, which is very rare for some factions. Like there's always that one person who's like, don't give him the mic.
I agree with you. They all had fucking great mic skills. Definitely one of the things I'd like to go on YouTube and make sure I saw their latest like segment because it was entertaining. It was good. It was one of the like rare gems in NXT. Go ahead, Josh. What is your submission for this round?
So my submission, to me, he during the, I guess we could say, aggression era, had one of the greatest entrants for me, and that was Mr. Kennedy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he had great feuds. Like he feuded with the Undertaker. He had good matches with Undertaker. He won, the only belt he ever won in WWE was the United States Championship. He beat Finlay and Bobby Lashley in a triple threat match.
Yeah.
And then he was going up and he won Money in the Bank just to lose it on the match against Edge and Edge to win the Money in the belt again. And from there, he just went straight downhill and he never came up from that, which kind of sucked because he had potential. He could have been a WWE champion.
Do you know what happened though? But why that happened?
Oh yeah, I know what happened, but but his whole character had potential to to greatness, but
1,000%. I agree with you on that one. Do you want to say what happened? Why he didn't get the push?
Oh, you could say, because I kind of barely remember what it was.
So I kind of barely remember what it was too. I think I
remember what it is.
Oh, go ahead.
He backdropped Randy Orton wrong, and Randy got fucking pissed, and basically told Vince get him out. And I think Cena was like, he's not that great. And I know Kennedy has been on record. He's like, I wasn't really trying at that point. I'm like, I made it, so who cares? So
I thought it was because he got popped for another banned substance, and they were like, you know what, we're done. It was on top of that already.
I think he was facing William Regal at the time, and Regal got suspended for steroids. I mean, it could be both, for all I know.
Yeah.
But I do know that's also that just derailed another segment he was in.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Is it, or did you want to add anything else?
I mean, also with Kennedy, definitely great mic work. I wasn't really watching wrestling at that time, but whenever I'd play the games, I'd make sure I just choose Mr. Kennedy just to see his entrance, just to see the microphone come down, and and I just remember the water spit on the PS2 when he goes Kennedy for the second time, close up. It was very, I think definitely underrated person who could have been huge if it wasn't just for fucking life, I guess.
Yeah.
For a lot of those things.
I feel
I know the plan for.
What?
Yeah, I was I know the plan for Money in the Bank was he was going to cash in exactly a year later, but he was almost injured. But it turned out it wasn't as bad as an injury as they thought, so they actually sort of kept it on him since he wasn't going to cash it in until WrestleMania anyway. But they just didn't trust it, so they just gave it to Edge.
Dude. Yeah, I would have loved to see Mr. Kennedy do what he did in TNA. Another wrestler, again, going to TNA and getting the push that he got, winning the championship, and having a pretty good feud with Kurt Angle at the time. That was a good rivalry right there in TNA. But yeah.
Before we move,
go ahead.
I was gonna say also Kennedy was, if I remember correctly, he was Eddie Guerrero's last opponent before Eddie Guerrero passed away.
Yes,
damn,
that's true as well.
I did not know that. Crazy.
And he was supposed to be Mr. McMahon's son, but they went
Yeah.
for Mogul instead.
That is hilarious. That's true. He was supposed to be Mr. McMahon's son. Fuck yeah. We'll go ahead and move on to my submission and my next submission, which is, one second, pull up my list here. All right, Eric Young. So yeah, Eric Young was starting off in TNA. Great ability to like sell and like have great facial expressions while working a match. Great mic skills. He had the persona, he had that it factor, whatever you want to call it. It developed in TNA once he like moved on and got the attention from WWE. I was like, holy shit, shit's about to get real. Because I felt like if dude got the push and like the access to the performance center, this guy can actually be a big like champion one day, in my opinion. It felt like it was going that way. Josh mentioned the group Sanity earlier.
Yeah.
They came to NXT similar to like the Wyatt family, kind of gave that feeling, but they were just like a ball of destruction. I think what's her name came with them.
Nikki Cross.
Thank you. Nikki Cross debuted with Sanity, which basically was Nikki Cross was one of the things that kind of brought up that group too, because she got big with them. But yeah, I felt like Eric Young, once again they got pushed to the main roster and just disappeared. Nikki Cross got more of a push, rightfully so. I mean, again, she was the standout of the group. But I felt like they forgot about the rest of the group, and Eric Young kind of did some things and just kind of just faded away. Another situation where they cut him, goes back to NXT, wins the world championship, and he gets the push that he deserves, in my opinion. And yeah, that after that, it kind of faded away. I don't really know what he's doing now. I don't know what organization, if he is somewhere else. I haven't seen him yet. But yeah, I feel like that's one of the guys out there that never got the shine that he could have been great at, or that position to be the guy in WWE. Maybe even in like a mid-card title or something, or even the NXT championship, because of the momentum they had, but that never really came to fruition. You guys have anything to say about Eric?
I didn't actually get to see him much, so I don't have too much to say on this subject.
Josh,
I was gonna say that, like I said, that whenever they were in NXT, they're very dominant. They came to SmackDown because they got drafted to SmackDown. They had a small feud, I forgot with who. Then they got disappeared. And then, like I said, he went back to TNA, won championship, and then from there, I have no idea where he's at.
Yeah, he just faded away. I thought he re-signed with WWE. He might be a producer now with them. I have no idea.
Probably.
Is he not still in TNA? It looks like he's still in TNA.
He's still in TNA? Oh, well, fuck, he's still in TNA. Awesome. Yeah, we'll see where his future lands. I mean, who knows, man? He might just be one of the producers in TNA that actually makes the content more better. Moving on, let's go with Warren. Who's your submission this time?
My next submission is a master of submissions, and that's Shayna Baszler.
Fuck yeah. Shayna fucking Baszler, big fan of hers. What do you have to say about her?
I mean, has she won any of the women's championships?
Only the NXT Women's Championship, where that Shayna Baszler was the best Shayna Baszler yet again.
Yeah.
NXT main roster person goes somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, I know she had her nice run with Nia for the tag team titles. But yeah, like really other than that, like I feel like she should be more of a presence, but she's not. I still think the fact that she actually hasn't won the championship title is batshit insane. This is also the woman who in theory retired Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
But that means nothing. Like nothing. That was like no one even talks about that.
Nope.
Because it wasn't a good match. But
Nope.
that wasn't Shayna's fault.
No, I honestly feel like Shayna currently is one of those brewing stars. Like I feel because she's in the Triple H regime, eventually she'll get that run that we all can see coming.
I know Triple H likes her too.
Yeah.
So it's like she's one of, I wish, like, why isn't she? I mean, I guess she's in this new faction. They're treating it with respect, but
I can't wait to see more. I think I'm on the same track with you. I can't wait to see her get that singles. Honestly, can we get women's mid-card titles? Like, there's enough women.
They're trying.
Yeah, that's right.
NXT's doing it right now. Brilliant move on their end. Shawn Michaels doing great work out there. But yeah, like it's been a long time coming. I feel like a mid-card women's championship would do great for the women's division in WWE. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm sorry, continue with your Shayna submission.
Oh, I mean, I was nearing the end again. My biggest thing is like she has like a presence in the ring, like physical one too. She knows like kickboxing and stuff, and I know like her NXT run was phenomenal. Just the fact that like they just have dropped the ball with her every single time. I feel.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like she should have won the Queen of the Ring this year, or at the very least been in the finals against Nia Jax.
Agreed.
Yeah. The fact that she was like eliminated off Raw, like that was like the match that wasn't even aired, right? That was just
was not aired.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. It was like you find out, yep, and she's not in the tournament anymore. Like, what?
That's bullshit. Josh, do you have anything to say about Shayna Baszler?
She had an incredible run in NXT. She made that one move where she twisted her elbow down and hits it like Budo.
Yeah, so it's.
And she came up to the main roster still with that kind of momentum because I don't remember the Eliminator Chamber. She eliminated the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
And she won the spot to face Becky, I think, at WrestleMania. And she lost to Becky, and from there she went downhill.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, she should have beat Becky for the belt that year.
Agreed. Yeah, I thought it was going to be her too. It should have been Shayna. That would have been a great way to like introduce her ruthlessness and her power into the women's division. But yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Josh, what is your submission for this round?
So for this one, I'm going to go with. I have a list, but I'm going to go with Shelton Benjamin.
Let's see.
Shelton Benjamin because he started good out as tag team. He was in the team with Kurt Angle, Team Angle, and all that. Then he separated when they got drafted to separate brands.
Right.
And he was doing good. He won Intercontinental. He was supposed to win Money in the Bank, the first one ever. But I guess, always in the wrestling, things change. And I think he defeated Triple H one-on-one, I would say. After the whole brand split and everything. And I guess that should have pushed him momentum to be a champion, but it never happened. And just kept him in the mid-card the whole time.
Interesting. What was the name again? I'm sorry. I think I blanked out.
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin. Thank you. That's what. Fucking Shelton Benjamin, the gold standard. I feel like when he came out with that persona, gold standard, I was gonna pick Shelton earlier, but I feel like that's when they should have locked in. I think he won the Intercontinental with it.
Yeah.
But after he lost it, I think he should have kept going. And I could have seen him with the World's Championship or even the WWE one. But of course, there were at the time, I think it was most likely either John Cena or Brock.
Yeah.
It was just the time, the fucking era of John Cena and Brock. But I would have loved to see it. It would have been interesting. It would have been a great way to add another big star. I honestly feel like if there's a person out there currently that deserves they dropped the ball on him, Shelton Benjamin, without a doubt. Did you continue? Go ahead and say if you wanted to say anything else about Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, that's pretty much it. Like he was a great athlete. He was Brock Lesnar's roommate when they were in college and everything. They're best friends and everything. But yeah, like I say, he should have got that push that he never got.
No, I agree. What about you, Warren? What do you have to say about?
I mean, you can't do a Money in the Bank match without doing Shelton Benjamin's running up the ladder move. I don't know, just me and my friends would I'm sure I mentioned before already on the podcast, but me and my friend would just try to just set up ladders, just do that move over and over again. Like we weren't even trying to win the Money in the Bank. We were just trying to run the ladder, just knock people off while they were trying to get the belt or hang on to it. If we couldn't do it that way, then there's no point of trying to win this match. He always gave phenomenal matches. It's crazy, looking back, he didn't really get to do much. Even when he was in the Hurt Business or the Hurt Locker. Wait, is it Hurt Locker or Hurt Business?
The Hurt Business.
Business. Okay. I'm like, what's the Hurt Locker? That's something else
movie.
too.
That's a movie.
That's a movie. No, he was also in the Hurt Locker when he was just defusing bombs in the middle of the Iraq. They just, I felt like that was just another group you could argue wasn't pushed that as well as it should have been either. It just sucks. Unfortunately, I feel like when you think of Shelton Benjamin, you think of also when he debuted with Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
He was such promising there too.
Yeah.
Vince just sucks at this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It sucks that when he did come back to WWE, it felt like it might be a resurgence for Shelton Benjamin, and then it just fell flat. He was doing great matches in the Indies. That's why they brought him back. But then it was all right, we're just gonna keep you mid card. You're back to doing what you were doing when you left.
Yeah. Is he doing anything now, or is he retired?
I think he might be semi-retired. I think he's doing indie shows, with Hall of Glory, or House of Glory. I mean, but yeah, that's all I really know.
He was at Comic-Con this year.
Dope.
Yeah. Not really wrestling though.
No, he had a panel. They were talking about wrestling. It was him and Danhausen. They're giving the history and the, I guess, what happens in wrestling and how it works and all that.
Yeah. Right on. But yeah, good submission on Shelton Benjamin there. I believe Warren, you're next, or am I next?
No, it'd be back at you.
Back to me. All right. So my submission, but before we get into that, I just want to see that want to acknowledge one of our viewers on YouTube. I see it. Jade Cargill equals Goldberg. Thumbs down. You know what?
I agree with the Goldberg part.
Yeah,
the thumbs
Jade
down.
Cargill is a little bit better than Goldberg, if we're being honest here. I see that she has potential. Maybe in the future we will see her get better. She has the potential to get better, and that's the thing where I say Jade Cargill is better than Goldberg, because she has the potential to get better. Sticking to women,
she has Bianca Belair as a mentor too to help her out,
and Bianca Belair. So I'm a little conflicted for this next choice, my last choice for this episode. I was gonna go with the women, but now I'm thinking about another women wrestler. So I'm gonna go with Natalya, mainly because she had the name, and they kind of just used her name, and that's basically it. There was, I don't think she had a title run, and if she did have a title run, did it have an impact, or did it just fall flat? Was it during the Divas era when they're
Divas? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't watching WWE around that time. In particular, I definitely was not watching the Divas division around that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me see. You know the deal. Karrion Kross had so much potential coming out of NXT, and Vince ruined him. Never got a fair shot. Great submission there by You Know the Deal. I agree on that one.
Yeah, I do too.
What do you guys think about Natalya here towards the end? Like, I would think that she would have gotten the same amount of title runs as fucking Charlotte Flair by now, but she's only had like 3 or 2. Yeah, it's just wild to me.
I mean, I'm not as much as Natalya because I've only seen her 2020 and on, which have been great. Her matches, I feel like, at all. So it's like, it's hard to be like she's underrated. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like she's overrated because she keeps coming back. Like, it's the Hitman Heart. It's a Heart name. Yeah. Like, all right.
Oh, that's a good point. Is it really just the last name that's keeping her up there? I mean, yeah, that's a good point.
But I heard she's great in the locker room. She's a good mentor. I hear like behind the scenes she's great. So it's like, yeah, but I'm like, from wrestling, the matches I've seen, again, I haven't seen her earlier matches where I'm sure she was amazing actually in it. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen any good matches. So I'm like, I don't know. If Natalya never came back, I'd be like, I don't know.
I feel like it's the best way to put it is like she had all the potential to be, and she is in good fairness, she's had a great career in WWE, but I think I would have loved to see more from her because of her last name. Like, give her that fucking Charlotte Flair status, because to be honest, there's only one person that comes to mind that has that status, and it is Charlotte Flair, like the John Cena of the women's division. Like, there's no other woman out there right now other than maybe Rhea, but that's just because she broke out the way she did. And I would, I guess, argue Becky Lynch, but it's for the same reason. And at that, because she went up against fucking Charlotte Flair. But yeah, that's my submission for this round. Let's go ahead and go with Warren. Who was your submission for this round?
All right. My submission is, sorry, just give me a I forgot her name already right now. We just talked about her earlier in SmackDown. Michin?
Michin.
I'm like, her. Sorry, my brain just went dead for some reason. I'm gonna blame the migraine that I've been having all day.
Oh shit.
Her, like, every time I've seen her, I just be like, why isn't she bigger? Why isn't she always just in these shitty squash matches? It was sort of nice seeing her get the championship title match last week, but we all knew she wasn't going to win it. Her time in that terrible stable, I don't know, Retribution, what is it?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Retribution.
Horrible. Like, that whole thing, I just felt bad. And like, she's good. She's a good wrestler. And I was like, just give her moments. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Like, not squash matches over and over and over again. Like, it's, when you see her show up, you know she's gonna lose. Like, there's no.
This is another situation where when they get out of fucking WWE, they're put into TNA out of all places. They fucking do amazing work, or they take off the restraints and they let them go. Mia Yim in TNA compared to Mia Yim in WWE, completely different people. More violent, crazier fucking matches, if you can believe that. Like, when they do let Mia Yim shine in WWE, they let her shine a little bit. But the shit that she's done in TNA compared to the WWE, night and day. I agree with you on that one with the submission. I think that the potential is still there, but we need to see her stop. We need to stop seeing her fucking lose so much. I agree with you on that one. Do you want to add anything else before anything we move on to Josh?
Me or Josh?
Both.
You.
Okay.
No, cool. No. All right, Josh. Yeah. What's your last submission?
My last one, it's gonna be Brie Bella.
Brie Bella.
Cause she was always in Nikki's shadow. She never got a chance to shine. Her singles run was not that well received. Cause Nikki was champion and she felt like she was always Nikki's valet or her backup. And to me, I think she should have gotten the push because not only are you married to Daniel Bryanson, the only reason I feel like Nikki got that push is because she was with John Cena.
100%. I hated the storyline that they kept going with, and it was like, oh, I hate you. You're my twin, but I hate you.
Yeah.
I want the title now. I'm gonna turn on you. Oh, now I'm the champion. Now I'm gonna turn on you because I'm the twin. It got old. Yeah, interesting. To be fair, out of the both sisters, the one that got like fucking jacked up while she was with John Cena, I felt like she started to step up more, so there was more, I guess, potential there for me to see. With Brie Bella, like I didn't feel like she really stepped up when she had the chance, or maybe she wasn't even given that chance. Who knows? What about you, Warren? What do you have to say about Brie Bella?
Not much. Yeah, I wasn't watching wrestling when the Bella Twins were a thing. I don't know too much the difference between the twins because I wasn't watching at the time. So like when you say Brie Bella over Nikki, I'm like, which one's that again? And like John Cena, I'm like, oh, she got plenty of time on Divas with John Cena. Then I'm like, I guess that's not really the point either.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the wrestling part. So yeah, that's my thing.
I just want to acknowledge the chat over here. Miss Kit Fox saying, I missed the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins definitely iconic. Not the Iconics, but iconic in their own right for sure.
They did come back for the Royal Rumble race.
Yeah, I think like a year or two ago.
Yeah, I'm like, what is time anymore? Which one was Royal Rumble was it? Yeah, I remember like it was nice seeing them back too. Like again, seeing the Bella Twins back is always nice, but
absolutely. I was actually ready for them to like jump over to AEW when they said that they were cutting ties with WWE and going by a different like last name or going by their actual last name. But yeah, we'll see where they land. We'll most likely see them come up somewhere soon. But yeah, that has been our episode for today of the wrestlers who never got the push that they deserve, never got the spotlight to shine on them like they should. Will it happen in the future? Who knows? Until next time, be sure to give us a like, a comment. Let us know what you want to see in the future episodes of the Lucha Critics. Warren, where can they find you on the socials?
I'm on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram under the name Two Stone, spelled TU_STEUND.
Hell yeah. And Josh, where can they find you on the socials?
On Instagram, Sith_Josh_A18.
Hell yeah. You can find the podcast under Not So Intellectual Podcast. You can also see my little ticker there for all the handles you can find all the shows on. Be sure to tune in next week. And until next time, be good to yourself and others. Bye-bye. 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 Where am I? All right. Bye.
Be sure to follow me on all the social platforms at NSIRick. And you can also email the show at notsointellectualpod@gmail.com. See you next time.